So today we're here to look at two tractors. We've got the Super Major and we've got the Dexta. Both are Fordsons. That's when Ford and his son worked together, hence we have Fordson. And that was the tractors that were made a long time ago. And during the wartime period, the Second World War, the Americans ceased production on the Fordsons and it was left to the British to make the Fordson tractors, which were made in Dagenham in Essex. Let's have a look at the comparisons between these two lovely models. So the Super Major was a heavy duty tractor, this one from 1964, and having the cab made it a bit more unusual and certainly warmer in the winter months. This particular tractor was used for snow ploughing in the village, particularly during the 1970s, and it had an implement that would have been fixed to the front here. 1978 being a particularly bad winter in these parts, but it was used right up to 2008. So yeah, a great tractor for heavy duty work. The main difference here at the back with the Super Major was the fact that the PTO was standard on these models. In fact, it had a live PTO. But the draft control was really important because that lifted the plough automatically as you worked through the field, making life a lot easier for the farmer. What made this a popular choice though for the farmers was the fact it was a great ploughing tractor, obviously with the might and the strength of the engine. It really was a beast, and you can see why it was so popular. And here we have the Super Dexta, which was the Major's little sister. Came out at the same time, again around 1964, 45 horsepower, but this model was far more versatile, and power to weight ratio was the big thing on this one, and again made it a really popular choice back in the day. So the Super Dexta was very similar to the Super Major. The difference is we can't really tell. In fact, this also had the PTO live as well on it. But the main thing with farming is the soil. And the other tractor, well, 2.5 tons, this one 1.5 tons. Therefore the Super Major would have compacted a lot more on the soil. This, on the other hand, would have been so much lighter, almost gliding across the field, and therefore causing much less damage. So let's see what the Super Dexta sounds like when she starts up. Let's give her a go. So here we have the next stage, following on from the history of what we've already seen with the Super Major and the Super Dexta. And this was the Ford 4000, but there was also the 2, the 3, the 4 and the 5. The 5 being the best of the range and the 4000 being really the equivalent of the Super Major. The engine was a lot further back, and as standard they brought in the cab, and all of this was made in their shiny new factory in Basildon in Essex. Let's hear it start up.
A little smoother and a little quieter too.
So, join us next time down at the barns, and don't forget to like, comment and subscribe.